What's good everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Zamir from XCC Tunes. In this video I'm gonna talk about my favorite 3 features of Studio One. And I don't think any other DAW has these features. I know for sure that Cubase doesn't have any of these features. So let's go ahead and get started. The first one is music loop. Music loop is a loop that you can create, but then you don't have to render it to audio. You can actually save it as a MIDI file. But music loop is more than saving as a MIDI file, although it's actually, in a way, it's a MIDI file. However, it's more advanced type of MIDI files. I have this music loop created here just for the sake of this video, okay? I've created one with zebra LED, and if I right click on this and go to show package contents, and if I click on this drop down menu, I can see the information here. I have a MIDI file, I have part, which is the MIDI part, and then the synth used for this, and then the .flac file. I don't know what that means. Yeah, so when I click on that, it actually kind of preview with the synth preset that I used when I created this music loop, right? So it's very useful to have this feature. I hope that Cubase have this function. It'll definitely help me with creating more musical ideas and store it and use it whenever I need. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys how to create music loop. It's very simple. All you have to do is just go to any of your instrument, your favorite instrument. Let me just go ahead and get a, let me use hybrid. So I have this hybrid synth here. So I'm gonna use this preset. Let me create some melody. Okay, let me quantize that. Yep, just a 2-bar loop is enough for this video. Okay, let's say I have this MIDI part here with the synth. I'm gonna add a couple of effects here. Maybe let me go to, let me add some halftime. Okay, that's nice. Let me add some reverb. Okay, now let me add Dodge Pro. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's say I created this loop and I don't know for which songs that I want to use this loop. So I want to save this and use it sometime later, right? So what I have to do is I have to go to these files, wherever it is. So I'm just going to use this folder again. So I'm going to just hold this MIDI part here and drag it and drop it in this folder. Okay, so now this hybrid is, so I've created this hybrid music loop, which I can then use it the next time. And if you want to know what's going on in this music loop, you can just right click and go to show package. And then now you have all these information here. You have these, you can also see the effects that I've used for this particular music loop, right? So that is really cool. I like to create a lot of ideas, whether it's an orchestral ideas or just some loops or drum percussion, rhythmic ideas, or any melodic ideas. I like to always create something, and most of the time I tend to use all those files, all those sounds that I've created before. But this music loop brings it to another level where it gives me more freedom later on when I want to adjust the parameters within the new songs that I'm working on at the time. Alright, so music loop, definitely one of the best features of Studio One. Okay, the second feature that I like is the scratch pad. Okay, scratch pad is amazing, right? Sometimes when I have a new ideas back in Cubase, I will actually create a new version and then work on it. But now I don't have to do that. I can just open the scratch pad. Let's say I want to record something else here. So let's say I like this one and I want to use this in my song, right? I can just delete this MIDI file and I can drag this one to the main project, and then I can just turn this scratch pad off, and then I can work on this particular musical ideas, right? So this is useful. And the best part of scratchpad is I can actually have more version of this scratchpad. So I don't know how many I can add. Let's see. Let's keep on adding. I think I can add as much as I want, but I don't think I'll be adding 12 scratchpad for a project, right? So that's another reason that this is awesome, because it's limitless. If this feature is in Cubase, this definitely will help speed up my workflow, right? I hope that Cubase will find a way to create something like this in the future. The next feature I like from Studio One is this DAW project. DAW project is actually a feature where it allows Studio One users to open Studio One file in Bitwig, or Bitwig user to open their file in Studio One, vice versa. So this is very interesting because I've been actually checking out Bitwig for a while now, and I really like the way that DAW works. But I definitely wouldn't want to move to Bitwig from Cubase, because Cubase has more functions compared to Bitwig. But when it comes to sound design, Bitwig has more features actually. And I was like always checking out Bitwig. I didn't plan to, get Bitwig and learn that DAW because they don't have a video function. But now with Studio One and Bitwig working together, film scoring in Studio One is possible because they have video player. So let's say I'm working on a film scoring and I want to do a specific sound design, and with the Bitwig's modulation features, I can actually experiment with a lot of ideas. So I can actually open my Studio One project for the film scoring or beat making, whatever files that I'm working on, and I can open that in Bitwig, and then I can do all the necessary sound design that I want to do, and then render it to audio, bring it back to Studio One, and then work that way. So I feel like this is definitely a game changer because it allows me to work with multiple DAW effortlessly, and I hope that Cubase will also have DAW project in future, so maybe I can use Cubase and Bitwig together, right? So these are the three features that I like from Studio One, and I wish that Cubase will have this feature soon. So Studio One, you're doing a great job, so keep it up, and Cubase, please do something about it. Right, thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll see you guys in the next video.